Hello everybody, Mike from the Rewatch Project podcast here. I am a Trekkie watching classic Doctor Who for the first time, and I am nearing the end of my second serial, namely the Daleks, and we are on the penultimate episode. That's episode 6 of the 7-part serial, the Ordeal. Couple of quick reminders to check out the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, the audio podcast that shares this YouTube feed, along with other bits and pieces of content that I put out on here, where we cover TV shows that we've watched in those cases, as the title suggests, before, and we just sort of reminisce on our first experiences watching those shows, and then talk a little bit about what the experience of watching those in 2024 is. But without further ado, we're going to get onto the Ordeal from the Daleks. Appreciate feedback on the comments on the YouTube channel. There's been lots of great conversation and activity in educating this Doctor Who novice. So please keep that info coming, because I do ask a heck of a lot of stupid questions. And sometimes there might be a bit of a delay in references that I make to stuff that's on there, because the algorithm is a little bit inconsistent, and the BBC have been blocking some of the stuff that I've been putting out. It's a pretty quick process, takes a day or two to dispute it on the base of fair use. And then the episode is released, but it's wildly inconsistent. Some episodes just go no trouble at all, and other ones get disputed, and there doesn't really seem to be any rhyme or reason as to why that is. But so is the life of a YouTuber. But I just wanted to mention that in case people were wondering why the releases for these are a little bit inconsistent. That is why. But anyway, enough of this behind the curtain nonsense. Let's watch some Doctor Who. Ah, yes, for Deadly Swamp. I'm assuming that these serials, all the parts are written by the same writer. I noticed this so far has all been written by Terry Nation. Wondering if that remains to be the case on the show. Wow, nice bit of steampunk design there. Proto-steampunk.
That lead up from the main square.
Is that a wig Arnold's wearing?
Things we have to put out of action is the radio and television waves.
Almost Toho style buildings there. Oh, we're back in the cave sets. Bit of chemistry.
Doing any better?
When did we arrange to meet? Yes.
She's using her school teacher smarts again.
Barbara, look. There's a passageway here. Play the rope out as I move in, will you?
Yes, all right. But be careful.
How would you know about Earth customs?
We're not to take any chances.
Unless you think you...
No, your need is greater than mine.
Scoping out whether she's taken or not. She's wearing leather trousers.
Ready?
Right.
Seems very daring.
I'm bringing another route down to you.
Speaks for her.
It would be better if you came down here. There's a big cavern with lots of tunnels going off it.
It's funny because these miniatures, whilst not, photorealistic by today's standards, they definitely get the job done. I mentioned Toho earlier on, the studio that made the Godzilla movies. And, you could tell that they weren't to scale. But I think because of the charm and just the spirit and the earnestness of the performances, you buy in. And, we see this now on television. A really sumptuous establishing shot can really help you buy in that you're in another world when you go into scenes that inevitably are going to be lots of people standing around a control panel talking in a set, But you have to have that buy-in, and you have to have that imagination, the imagination of a child, in some ways. But I think that if you're a fan of genre, and if you're a fan of cult film and cult television, that you have that predisposition. I'm very aware of the method of production of this, but I'm involved, and I'm there in the world, and I think there's a lot to be said for being able to do that. And I think that the design elements of this make a really big difference, and they've been given a lot more thought than I think people who are dismissive of this sort of era of entertainment would probably give them credit for. The sound design as well really is, I think, a bit of a secret weapon on this show.
My plan has worked.
It's that radio
Can't keep up this light reflection for long.
history of radio that the BBC
A
had.
chance to get into the city unnoticed. We'll show them a thing or two.
Nice. I feel like we haven't had enough moments with Hartnell in the last couple of episodes, so it's good to see him
So good.
getting to do a bit of business.
Seems to be broadening out a bit. Yes, I suppose you might as well. We'll have a rest in a minute.
Oh, okay, so Barbara's wearing their,
I want to go back.
the Aryan Brotherhood's chaps.
I can't go on anymore.
You must.
No. We're going deeper. Deeper all the time. We'll be trapped in the mountain. I know we will. Please, Ganatus, let me go back.
We can't turn back now.
Very sensitive performance.
But we could. Listen. They're going to die anyway. We could just go back and tell the others that the Daleks killed them.
What are you talking about? You must go back.
I'm not going
Cat.
to.
You are, you must.
Oh, there aren't any hinges on it. Oh, that's it. Look, it slides up.
Ah, good girl.
Nice to see Susan getting involved, contributing.
The thing is, how are we going to cut the wire now?
I love the delight that he's got, the kind of like, just the joie de vivre that Hartnell brings to the character as well. You know, the darkness of the earlier episodes is giving way to a bit of a gleeful eccentricity that's very welcome.
Terrific shot.
Look, we can't wait around here too long, you know. No. I'll come back for you if I can. Yes. We should be back before then.
God, so much dialogue to get through and get through correctly in that
young man gets
one
electrocuted.
shot they've been.
Now, I tell you what we'll do.
Idea, yes.
Yes. I could
The
always
ship.
make another one,
Yes,
if
of course.
necessary. The Daleks to medley now affair.
What about this one?
Of course.
She's getting a glimpse into their dynamic and relationship. I mean, I don't know how many adventures they've been on before this, but, you know, there's a nice little patter between the two of them. Still the same shot. You know, they're still having to get through it right.
Don't now. Which way?
Oh, dear.
Look out.
Ooh.
No place for a quiet stroll, is it?
How do we do it?
Carefully. Oh, Ian, what a hero. You can do it, buddy. Hold on.
All right. Good jump.
Yay.
Should have come first.
What a team. Barbara's lucky to be surrounded by such virility.
Head out slowly.
Oh, dear.
You have destroyed our video stove.
Not great at synchronized talking there, the Daleks, I notice. But it is an interesting one because although the Daleks are, you know, evil and are clearly shown as, you know, soulless and, you know, broad fascists, it is interesting that they are in a bit of a dilemma. You know, it's an us or them kind of survival situation. They're not being evil kind of for evil's sake. And that's not something that I was expecting from this storyline. Right there with you, Barbara. I'd be exactly the same. Feel like that guy's going to be trouble. Too much time's been given to his concerns to not have them be of consequence.
You made it look easy. Move back from the edge.
Too long without being warriors. That's what's going on here. They've forgotten how.
Coming now.
Oh, he's not going to make it, is he? Knew it. Oh dear. Oh, literal cliffhanger about to happen. Okay. All right, so I've got one more episode left, The Rescue, the final episode of the Daleks. Nice moments in this episode, but it was a little paddy, wasn't it? A little bit of that, the caveman politics that I sort of referenced in An Unearthly Child. It felt like this episode was a bit of a necessary evil. And some of the scenes I felt did feel a little bit more protracted than there would be. But again, I think I'm watching this with a little bit of 2024 vision as well, so I can probably hand wave that pretty easily. And it is the penultimate episode, so I'm really looking forward to getting to the next one and seeing how this serial concludes and where we head off to next. I will remind viewers that I appreciate suggestions about where to go next. I believe there's a 1 or 2 parter, a pretty self-contained bottle storyline after this one, and then it's the I think the Marco Polo storyline, but I understand that some, if not all of that, is not missing. And I think that there's a reconstruction. I don't know if that's animated or not. Any information about that and whether I should watch or skip would be greatly appreciated. But again, comments on the YouTube channel are very much appreciated. And I will be back soon to discuss The Rescue, the final part of The Daleks. Speak soon.